In this video, we're going to look at using some of the pre-built functions in Excel in order to help us calculate our totals. So I'll just go back to the home page from the previous activity, or home tab, I should say. So with our total expenses, we want to add up the total of all of these numbers. All right, and based on what we've learned about previously, we can use the equal sign to generate a formula, and then we can start to go through and say B4 plus B5 plus B6. We can also type it, plus B7 plus B8 plus B9. All right, so it's obviously quite lengthy, but it does get us the correct result, which is $2,000 in total expenses. However, there is a shorter way of doing this. So when we type the equals button, all right, we don't only have access to the formulas, which we can, add different cells, multiply, do all those basic operations. We have access to a number of built-in functions that are built in. I guess I've just walked myself into a corner there. But the functions that are pre-built into Excel. So when we're adding up a bunch of numbers, the formula that we use is called sum. It's pretty simple. It's the sum or the total of all of the numbers. So if we say sum and then we use brackets to identify the numbers, all right, and you can see there we can list number 1, number 2, so we can go B4, B5, etc. But there is a little shortcut because we want all of these numbers in a row. So from B4 down to B9, if we say B4 colon B9, all right, you'll see it highlights all of those numbers. Okay, so using the sum B4 to B9 and hit enter, all right, we do get that same answer of 2,000. So, the sum is a built-in method. There is a number of them. We won't go into detail on all of them. But just before we wrap up this video, I will show you one final shortcut that is super handy because in Excel, there's often a situation where we want to add up a bunch of numbers that are in a row or in a column, I should say, such as this. So if we click in cell B10, and in the Home tab, if you look on the right-hand side where it says Editing, you'll see there's a button. It looks like a funny E-looking symbol. It says Auto Sum. So if we click on that, you'll see it automatically generates that sum function for us. So sum from B4 to B9, we hit enter, and it was the same function, so of course we got the same answer. All right, so that's just another little shortcut that I thought I would share with you is, using auto sum if you've got the numbers in a nice column like that. All right, but that's an example of how we can use the pre-built-in functions of Excel to help us calculate our answers.